We decided to go on Tenerife in December and it was beautiful. If you need to know what the weather was like, where to stay, and what were my top things to do, this is for you. Tenerife is part of Spain and is the largest island from the Canaries. Thanks to good temperatures throughout the whole year, it's a perfect escape from cold in winter. Is it warm in Tenerife in December? Well, it depends. The average maximum temperature during the day is 20 degrees Celsius. That's fine. The tricky thing is that this is the case only for the cities near the coast. As you go deeper into the hilly island, the temperature can drop even to 10 degrees, which is quite cold. So yeah, near a beach you will be fine in shorts and shirt during the day. However, if you plan to go to the hills, be prepared for a cold and a higher chance of rain. Also note that Tenerife is still in the northern hemisphere, so sunset is quite soon. Therefore, it's a good idea to wake up early to be able to do all the activities during the daylight. The water temperature in December is around 20 degrees Celsius. For me, it was perfectly swimmable, but certainly not warm. When choosing where to stay, be aware that the north coast is a bit colder than the south. It was around 3 degrees difference. The capital city, Santa Cruz, was usually somewhere in the middle. Despite the temperatures, we chose Puerto de la Cruz to stay in because it wasn't so touristy as the south. It felt more local, more genuine, and still being a well-equipped town. There are black sand beaches, lush greenery, or a beautiful park in the middle of the town with view on the highest mountain peak Teide. Also, the people were very friendly. I had this authentic local feeling from them. Many didn't speak English, but they were always trying to help. If possible, I definitely recommend renting a car to get around the island. That way, you can get to places that aren't easily accessible by bus. By car, you can make the whole island in just over an hour. Therefore, no matter where you go, it won't be a long drive. By bus, it typically takes twice as long and you need to plan quite ahead. Tenerife has many beautiful hikes. Here are all of them. I used this All Trails app to choose the trails by the length and the scenery. And these 4 were my favorites. Chinyero Volcano. We had a heavy fog and rain there, but it was nevertheless a magical hike. Next was Roques de Garcia, located near Mount Teide. Just right next to it was another beautiful hike, Canada Blanca. I also recommend to explore the trails in the Anaga Rural Park, though we personally haven't been there in our short trip. Beaches we liked the most were Playa del Duque and Playa de las Teresitas. Water in Playa del Duque was slightly warmer. It had a bit a touristy feel, but a beautiful view to sunset. Playa de las Teresitas, on the other hand, seemed more natural. It was surrounded by steep hills and beautiful palm trees. Masca is a small rural village on the west coast. You can get there through narrow winding road with a stunning views. We arrived there at sunset, and it was just a breathtaking scene. If you're staying in Puerto de la Cruz, I recommend checking out the Parque de la Sortija. It's a relaxed public park in the middle of the city, full of greenery and exotic birds. It was a perfect place for a morning meditation, reading a book, or just to enjoy the calm view on the Mount Teide. There was also a public workout if you wanna stretch a bit, and elderly people tended to gather there to do some kind of martial arts. It was quite lovely to see. Thanks to the strong wind from the ocean, Tenerife is a good place for surfing. The most popular area for this is here in El Medano. You can rent the equipment there and also take lessons. I wanted to book a windsurfing lesson, but sadly the wind on that day was too strong for a beginner, so it wasn't possible. It's a good idea to call them beforehand to save yourself a trip there. The last activity I really enjoyed was renting a scooter for a day and just cruising on those hilly, winding roads. I went from Puerto de la Cruz to Mount Teide and the scenery was beautiful. I forgot though how cold it can be on a motorbike and my legs almost froze while driving through the clouds. So please, don't be stupid like me, dress properly. I was somewhat skeptical about whether a scooter is powerful enough for this kind of elevation, but it was totally fine. I had a 125cc, which is the most you can get on a classic driving license. I loved how with every step towards the mountain, the scenery changed completely. Yeah, that's it. I hope at least something was useful and that you'll enjoy your stay on Tenerife. Take care.